G'day, we're the Traders with thanks to Sportsbet. I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
Calvin.
Coach of the mighty Calvin, who has the week off this week, boys. It is semi-finals time, and I just get to sit back and just watch the carnage unfold in front of me.
Well, I'm battling out for a spot in a prelim, Cal.
Good luck.
And I'll be up against you too because we're on that side of the draw. So hopefully I come through unscathed. A few teams haven't though this week with the selection. So in the outs there, I guess the big one, Isaac Smith's there, but Lockie Neal is the biggest one. Big issue for coaches because a few of us got tricked into that by you, Calvinator, to pick him up because he had such a good draw. The scale of hardness was telling us that, you've got to grab Brisbane Lions players. We just picked the wrong one. Anyway, it means that his illness means that he's out.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Therefore, we need to trade.
How many times has he been out for different things this year?
It's a lot. Not good. But anyway, he moves. But there are some ins, and it might help the stocks of some draft sides, especially with Adam Treloar coming back in. I do like also that Kieran Briggs, Roy, is back in. A handy one for us on our bench.
Definitely.
And at least we'll have an emergency because I think this season, as we've seen a fair bit, they will be super important. Even in these last couple of rounds, there could be those laid outs where you need someone. And you can even be smart and maybe play some loop-de-doop with him.
100% you could.
He'll be the number one ruck, by the way.
Yes, yeah, I love it. Now, obviously trades are massive this week and we've been searching for value over the last few weeks and it's been a little bit hit and miss, but the two value options this week are both going to be massive hits and we saw that last week. If anything, it's a little bit late on these two, but it's not too late. Now, the big question is Marshall and Sidebottom. If you had to pick one of them, which way would you go? Because for me, they both tick all the boxes.
Well, they do. And Marshall this week is the number one ruck again. We saw what he did. He was only against Silvani last week for his 139, but 122 or something like that before that.
Yeah. Solo
ruck against Hickey, surely he should be good again.
Yeah, and still Sidebottom's got a really easy matchup versus the Hawks. They're the third easiest team for mids to score against for the last few weeks. Now, with him, Dog, he's gone 15 and 16 CBAs since Pendles has been out. He scored over 110 last week. Which way would you go?
That's the key to it for me. That midfield role is where I'm at. Pretty good matchup this week and moving forward as well. So I'm all over Sidebottom, over Marshall. And, I like to save money. 30K cheaper.
That's
true. That's important.
It could be handy.
All right, Tim Taranto is another issue, I reckon, for some coaches this week.
My goodness.
What do you do with him? He's named in the forward line. Again, even though they've got a couple out there with Hopper, with Green out, do you think that he gets midfield clock?
No, I do not.
So should you be trading him then?
4 centre bounces over the last 2 weeks. And we're like, okay, there's injuries to Green, there's injuries to Hopper. Surely he's back in and they've put him in a forward pocket. Yeah. At least named. Do you believe it?
Look, I think he'll be going back into the midfield. The thing is, though, if he's not tackling, he's got a shoulder issue. I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty confident that if he's not tackling, it's his shoulder.
Okay.
So that's my only concern because I think he's back in the midfield this week given those injuries.
All right, trades for this week. There are mine. I'm going Sidebottom and Marshall because I can't really split them, but it is still Sidebottom over Marshall. Lockie Neal obviously goes out, but Jeremy Sharp, for me to be able to get those two players, which I think are two good options, I had to choose Sharp out, even though I probably would have preferred to have traded Bramble. Okay. It didn't get me the coin to do that, and I wasn't too happy with what I was getting. So that was a decision I had to make, and a few people might be in that position, but I'd be, if you can do whatever you want, I'd hold Sharp over Bramble, but... yeah.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. And, well, I'm in a similar boat, Dog. I'm bringing the same two in, but I couldn't do it with Sharpie, so I'm going to Carl Cumming because he's been awful after a really good patch through the middle of the year.
Yeah, he's been a great player, but now he's not going to come on your players' trip.
No, he's not.
He's not on my players' trip either, Roy. He goes for me. And I'm bringing similar players to you guys in Sidebottom as well, but I've got a little bit coin in the bank, Dog, and I love to spend it. So Jared Lyons, the big lion, will come in for me. You can't go wrong.
He's got a great fixture, Cal. He should be right, shouldn't he?
He's had his great fixture. I just hope it continues from here
on in. You've been nailing so much lately, including your captains. 137 average of your top 5 last week. What's this top 5 going to do?
Where did you hear that from?
Oh, well, he's...
Anyway, I have been on fire in recent weeks because of this man. Jack Steele getting it done. 162 last week. That's massive.
It's huge.
And earlier this year, he had 137 against Sydney, so he should be good. Took Miller, me boy, Warren, 140 already against Carlton this year.
Nice,
and then we've got Tom Piggy Mitchell. 128 already against the Pies this year. Get this, though. Averages 144 in his last 6 against them. By far, his easiest
The
team.
Pies used to just let him.
Yep. Used to have 50 touches against him.
Does Buckley not being there now change
He's
that?
already, no, it doesn't. He will
he's
have
got
a
a stout
field
dog.
day. He's on fire.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend. Don't forget, it's a bit of an extra long weekend because there is a Monday night game.
Oh,
So you've
what?
got all of that to think about, including even just the final teams for that. We normally get our Sunday teams at 5 o'clock on Friday. Final teams for the Monday game will be 4:30 on Saturday. So be aware of that if any of your decisions need to go through that. We'll be back on Monday, though, for the podcast. So make sure you tune in now. And, well, tune in then. But now you can go and listen to our Thursday night podcast.
Of course you
it's
can.
there.
Why not?
Go and listen to it. Good luck.